Hey everyone, welcome back. And this is my review of Chaika the Coffin, Princess Avenging Battle, Episode 3. Okay. Once again, a very good episode. Lots of interesting things happen in this episode. First off, we got to see two heroes in this episode, but only one of them was actually confronted by our main characters and thus defeated. I don't remember what I think his name was like Morgan or something like that. And he, of course, had remains of Emperor Gaz. Now, the interesting thing about this hero is that he apparently has some sort of I'm not sure if you call it post-traumatic stress disorder, but he's extremely paranoid and terrified of the Emperor. Okay, to the point where he doesn't even keep the remains with him. He always kept the remains in a well. I'm guessing it's a well that no one but him is granted access to, or something like that. Okay, and in addition to that, because of how terrified he is, he always has entertainers every day coming around from the entire world, or maybe the neighboring villages, or maybe just his village, whatever, to entertain him. Okay, so that he can hopes that he'll one day just forget about it. Basically, he wants to forget about the whole event. He's basically that traumatized by it, which kind of makes me feel sorry for him, but kind of not, because he's still kind of an asshole. And there was a pretty awesome fight scene in this episode between Toru and Morgan before Akari came in and basically stopped him. And the hero didn't die. No, I don't think any of the heroes so far have actually died. I think all of them have given up the remains in some way. Okay, but one thing I think is interesting is that when he was still in his palace, he mentioned that Chaika was supposed to be dead. Now, this is something that we have heard before, but this confirms it, that Chaika was supposed to be dead. He even said that he saw her head roll. Okay, so that's very interesting. That hints towards us that none of these Chaikas might actually be the real Chaika. And it would make sense because, as we've seen in a couple episodes ago with Vivi, we've seen her transform into a Chaika, which means that Chaikas can obviously be made of regular people. And we know that at least our white Chaika doesn't have part of her memories, which tells us that she might actually have been just a normal person who transformed into Chaika sometime in the past, because she had some sort of a connection in some other way in terms of blood with Emperor Gaz. And that could be the case with the red Chaika anyways. I'm not sure what happened to the Chaika that we saw at the end of the first season. I'm not sure if she's still alive or not, but if she's not, then if she is, then she could very well be the same case, you know. Of course, there's always still the theory that there are actually that they're actually chimera or homunculi or something like that. But either way, though, it's very interesting that he personally saw the Princess Chaika die, and so did the next hero that they're probably going to be confronting, who they don't confront in this episode, but we do get to see a brief scene with him. I forget what his name is, but he looks like this really douchey guy. I'm just going to say that right now, okay? And he's apparently the one who ended up beheading Chaika, supposedly. Now, I want to say something about the two guards that this guy has guarding him, okay? Do they look familiar to you? They do to me. They look like two of the guys that were in Season 1. I don't remember what their names are, so I apologize for that. But one of them I know was with Vivi, which makes me wonder why he's not with Vivi right now. Maybe he lost his memories, who knows, but I think that's very interesting that we might end up getting to see them again. Okay, now, one thing I want to mention is actually some more characterization and I guess a little bit of character development, I guess you could say, for Akari. Okay, because so far in this series, throughout the entirety of Season 1, and so far in Season 2, we've seen her to where she might disagree with her brother. We've seen that a lot. But she does tend to agree, or she does follow him wherever he goes. Okay, despite her disagreements with him, she follows him wherever he goes. But we actually saw her choose to not follow him in this episode. Alright, we saw her arguing with him about Chaika and whatnot when he decided to leave Chaika because supposedly Chaika fired him, even though that obviously wasn't her intention. Alright, but we saw Akari make Toru realize that he really does like Chaika, and that we also realized she also really likes Chaika. Okay, both of them like hanging around Chaika, so the two of them went back to try to find Chaika. Too bad Frederica already agreed to take Chaika to the island. And it's kind of interesting because apparently the island is out in some place called the Evil Sea. Okay, which no fishermen will go near. Thankfully, Frederica is flying her over there. Granted, there were other dragoons, which I'll get to that later because I do have a theory on that. But still, though, it seemed like Frederica was able to take them out pretty easily, even though she is falling. I think she's falling towards the island, and with her healing, she should be perfectly fine. Not too sure about Chaika, though. But yeah, they basically didn't have to deal with the Evil Sea. However, they were able to get Morgan's boat and take it, or Toru and Akari were able to get Morgan's boat and take it across the sea. Unfortunately, the boat is kind of destroyed now, so they're kind of fucked, okay? I really don't know what's going to save them now. And on top of that, the Red Chaika and her crew, the two that were with her, were also stowawayed on the boat, and now they're kind of fucked too, okay? So yeah, it's kind of interesting there. Basically, it was just like a huge fucking kraken that just brought them underneath. It was really fucking cool. So yeah, but now I want to talk about the island. Apparently the island, which was in the middle of the Evil Sea, was protected by some sort of a magical barrier, which Chaika was able to find out about by shooting at it, okay? Which means no one could see it. Now, I'm not sure what would happen if you actually did end up touching the barrier. Maybe you just go through it and it seemed like nothing. Kind of similar to the, there's this jutsu in Naruto I think it's called like Genjutsu False Surroundings or something, where you basically make a false surroundings near you and people can walk straight through it and it'll seem like there's nothing. Quite honestly. But if the Genjutsu is broken, then, everything will return to normal. So I'm guessing the magical barrier here is kind of like that, okay? That's my guess anyways. And as soon as the island's revealed, dragoons pop out. And Frederica has to deal with him now. Why would there be dragoons on the island? My only theory based on that is that maybe this island was where Emperor Gaz used to live. Okay? Or maybe it's actually where the real Chaika is at. Or maybe buried or whatever. Those are really my only theories based on that, but... Or maybe Emperor Gaz actually placed them there to guard his fortune. Which tells me which begs the question, why would he only put 3 there? You'd think he'd put a lot more than that there. Or maybe there is a lot more than 3 there. Who knows? But either way, though, it looks like Frederica's damaged for the time being. So if there's more than 3 there, I think they're kind of fucked. So yeah, everyone's fucked at the end of this episode. Imagine that. Wow. But anyways, overall, I thought this episode was really good, okay? I didn't really have any major complaints with it. Except for a few moments when there wasn't much going on. There were kind of a few animation drops, but it's nothing that really gets annoying at all. Not really. There were really no animation derps at all. All the fighting in this episode was really fluid. Every scene that was on the sea looked amazing in terms of animation wise. It really did. So I really have no animation issues in this episode. I just really want to see what's on that island. To me, I know their top priority was before supposed to be finding Emperor Gaz's remains, but for me, I think that what I want to see the most right now is seeing what's on that island. That's what interests me, because it might be more than just the fortune, okay? there might be more stuff there than just that. And that's really what interests me right now. I really hope that there is more there than just the fortune. So anyways, if you have yet to see this week's episode of Chaika the Coffin Princess, I definitely recommend that you do. It was a very good episode. Very enjoyable. And yeah, so anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. These guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.